This is Srinivasa Ramanujam from The Hindu. How many of you here are fans of superstar Rajinikanth? I'm sure there are many, and I'm sure all of you are looking forward to the latest news about the superstar, which is that 2002 Tamil film Baaba is getting a re-release. If you were in Tamil Nadu in the early 2000s, it would have been impossible to miss the hysteria that Baaba generated. Baaba marked the collaboration of Rajinikanth and Suresh Krissna after very successful films such as Annamalai, Veera and Baasha. It was not only a commercial film, it also had a spiritual and a fantasy aspect for it. All this was possible because Rajini himself wrote and produced this film. Manisha Koirala played the female lead in the film, while Kauntamani provided the comic relief. Music composer A.R. Rahman was initially reluctant to take this project up because of his other commitments, but he finally did take it. The film released with much fanfare in 2002. I remember a lot of children back then flashing the Baaba sign. I also personally remember watching this film squatting on the floor at Chennai's Thiruvanmiyur Tyagaraja Theatre. Despite the excitement that Baaba generated, it failed to create an impact at the box office. In fact, Rajinikanth happened to return some of the money to the distributors who suffered due to the film's dismal performance at the box office. This was probably because a lot of audiences expected a Baasha kind of film. 20 years later, Rajinikanth's Baaba is expected to re-release. It is expected to release on December 12th, which happens to be Rajinikanth's birthday. So, why does Baaba demand a re-release? Let's hear what director Suresh Krissna has to say about it.
Actually, the same question I had when Rajini sir sent me the hard disk and said of Baaba, I said, see the film again. So it's almost 20 years and he said, just see it. So I knew there must be a reason behind that. So just to revive myself, I saw the film again. Then we met, 10 days ago, and he said, Suresh, what do you think now? In between I couldn't see because there was no, it's not there in any YouTube or there's no release or not even in satellite or OTT. So I didn't see the film. But yes, the film is in my memory. But okay, I saw it again. And it's nice, sir. I enjoyed it then, I'm enjoying it now also. Then he said, what if we re-release it now to this audience? I said, I think it's worth it, sir. It will be worth it. Because there is something, an element which was missing in the response that time. So much of it was murdered in controversies and so many things. I think if we re-release it today, it will have its own. I think the film did not get the place it need to get. I think it's a good film. He said, there's one more major point he said. It is, today, fantasy-oriented films are running. Kantara, Brahmastram, Kartikeya and those kind of films. So, I said, it's a very valid point. Yes, today's generation love those and we did it 20 years ago. So, that aspect is very much loved by today's audience. And these 20 years, this audience have not seen it. So, nobody has seen Baaba. For them, it will be a fresh package. I said, well, it's an excellent idea. Then, but we need to upgrade it.
This new avatar of Baaba will be digitally enhanced. Color grading will be done to its sequences and the sound will be mixed and mastered in Dolby Atmos. Importantly, it will also be re-edited. The initial film was almost 3 hours, while this new version will be around 2.5 hours.
I think you will see a new packed version for today's generation. See, if you look at it those times in 2002, when you're talking 90s and 2000, I don't think there was any film of this style, especially in Indian cinema. Maybe in Hollywood something must have come, but we in South, we had never seen a fantasy oriented, especially from big hero. So when Rajini sir decided to come with this plan of idea, and we had done Annamalai, Veera, Baasha, and our combo was a super hit combo, so we were doing Baaba. So he wanted to do something different and it was very new for me when he narrated the content. He said, this content expectation will be different from because of the combo, but what he was telling is a storyline which I have never heard like that. And I said, I'm going with you, sir. For me, a challenge is a challenge and this is a great challenge, sir. Let's do it. So I think only Rajini sir was very clear that I have to write it because there are no writers in those genre, and I produce it. So there is no question. So whatever he felt, he wanted to do, and I think we were very much ahead of time, even when we were shooting the scenes and the kind of concept he was working on, going to Himalayas and kite flying and all that, very new, very fresh. So it was a joy to be part of that content.
When the film released in 2002, it was mired in controversies. A political party actually opposed the film because it showed scenes of Rajinikanth smoking and drinking. There was also some chat about the scenes in which Rajinikanth referred to the chief minister.
The actual intent, the content never came through. So in a matter of days, it all became like that. So then we realized that this is not going the way we wanted. We wanted to see the film, enjoy the film, and talk about it, the merit of the film. That never happened. So in the way, Rajini sir said, okay, fine, we ended it. He removed it, he closed the project. There was no, film, the film is not seen in any satellite, any YouTube, anything. He closed it totally. And now, I think it's a time for him to make the film get its due. So I think this time it will work.
Director Suresh Krissna is popular for his films with Rajinikanth, but he also has some sweet films to his credit, a film like Aha for instance. He insists that Baba will hold a special place in his heart.
Yeah, as you always correctly said, I kept on experimenting with different kind of cinema always. If Aha is a family film, Sangama musical, Satya is a different genre, Annamalai, Baasha, Veera, everything has its own love, and they're all in a genre which was popularly known as an action genre. But this fantasy-oriented, entertaining, heroism plus film has never come. So at that time, nobody knew in which category to be fit. That was also a confusion because you go with some expectation. It is not that. It is not this. So what is it? But now today, I think this generation will understand that this is a fantasy-oriented, a package which is very different. Today, so many films are coming on that. So that time itself, we both, I think especially Rajini sir was much ahead in thinking of a content like that. And I think when the recognition will come, this film will have a very, very special place in our hearts. We always had, and I am sure this will become a diamond in our career.
When the news of Baba's re-release was announced, social media went into a tizzy. In fact, Rajinikanth fans were so excited for it that they are looking forward to visiting the big screen yet again and watch the Baba experience. I'm sure they are looking to flash this symbol.